Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So last week I showed you some of the items that I picked up in my Memorial Day nail haul, and as promised, we're going to go through some of those products today. I'll do a little demo tutorial for you. We'll play with some of the products that I got, the press-on kit, the jelly acrylic, some of the confetti, the Kiara sky confetti. I'll show you what all those look like as we work with the press-on kit from Young Nails. If you missed that video, I'll leave a link above and you can go over there, check that out, and then come right back here and see what we do with those products. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, so I went ahead and took the almond tips that came in the Young Nails press-on kit, and I've applied the tacky part to it and then attached the press-on nails to it. So just in case you were wondering, this is what you get in the press-on kit. So if you bought this studio kit thinking, okay, I'm gonna start making some press-ons, obviously this is just 10 nails. I don't think I used a lot, but you might need to purchase some more on the side. And these were the tips again. I went ahead and placed them on. I'm not too into press-ons. Let me know in the description box below if you do press-on, and is this flimsy? Because this looks a little flimsy to me if it was an actual press-on. Like, I don't think it should bend like that. I think if it was on the nail, you might not have difficulty because they're on the shorter side, but would they actually last? I don't know. I've seen them and I think they are. I've gotten some from a cart and they were a little bit more durable. You can see how this just bends, and I don't know if that is supposed to be. So again, if you do press-ons, let me know in the description box below. Is this flimsy? Is this cheap? Is this about right? I'm not sure. Let me know. All right, let's jump right into it. So I decided that I'm going to do a couple of the jelly acrylics. I have some of the confettis. So I'm gonna take these two confettis with some of the pink, and I have several different confettis with each one of the jelly colors. So first, I'm just gonna take the file, the 240 file that came in the kit, and I'm just gonna scrape these up just a little bit so it adheres to the nail a little bit. So now that I've scraped those up a little bit, and just in working with them and filing, they are a little flimsy. I feel they are a little thin. So I'm gonna just wipe it off, wipe some of that debris off and dust with some swipe. Make sure I get all the dust off. And I'll put this one to the side for now. So for this one, let's get into the pink jelly. I'll be using the Greg brush, the one that I showed you last week that I have purchased from Young Nails. And I'm gonna start off with the pink jelly that look like this. It's very pretty. And I'm gonna be using a little bit of the pink confetti. Probably only need a little bit. And I decided to mix it with a little bit of the purple. So we get a little two-toned. So let's take a look at what this looks like. As you can see, it's still clear. Like I can still see the gummy underneath the white. So it does take a little bit of color, but then it's still very clear. It's very soft. I don't think it's overpowering at all. So if you do have a customer that is like wants something a little bit more brighter and in your face, it might not be the best because it might be a little subtle for them. So I'll go ahead and take some of these and just scatter them on the tips and kind of fade it off. So you see there's bigger pieces and there's smaller pieces. So I'll try to do like a fade and place kind of the bigger ones on the end. And then what I'll do is pick up all these little guys and just so they can trickle down. Fill in any missing spots with the rest of the smaller ones. So there we have the pink. And it's okay. Like I said, it's a little bit lighter than I would care for. Maybe if it wasn't a clear tip, that is gonna make it more translucent. If you had an opaque tip, you would see it, but not everybody is a fan of seeing the natural nail underneath. So even if you did all of this and somebody had a very nice pink nail plate, I would still see that. Not everybody wants that. Some people want full coverage. So that was the pink jelly and 2 of the confetti. So what I'm gonna do now is take the blue. And you see I just labeled them because I think the names are underneath, but I store them upright, obviously. So I just labeled them. We have the blue. And for that, I'm gonna be using the blue, one of the blue confettis. A little here. And again, I'm gonna mix it with this one where it looks like a lavender, but you see them next to each other, you can barely tell the difference. And this time I'm gonna kind of ombre in. So I also have purchased the Speed Bubblegum, which is just like a nice pink color. So what I'll do is use a little bit of the blue on the edge. Again, it's very light. This one's a little bit more darker, but still light. You don't want to pile it on and make it too thick. So, and then this one, I'm going to take a little bit of that pink. I'm going to take a little bit of the pink and just kind of ombre it down. If it does ombre, because they're both very translucent. What I'll do is I'll start to add some of these just all over the nail in any shape, way, or form. So for this one, we'll just cover the whole entire nail. And just scatter them about. So I do like that these confettis have small pieces and big pieces. So you can choose and you can kind of blatantly see the big pieces on my towel and the small pieces, so you can pick up exactly what you want and place it where you want it. Sometimes these glitters don't always come like that. Okay, so that one was the blue with a little bit of the sweet bubble gum. So for this one, I'm gonna use the orange. It's more peachy, but orange, they call it orange, I'll call it orange. And I'm gonna use it's kind of pearl looking and I'm gonna go ahead with the other confetti. This one has a little bit of red hue to it. Both very pretty. And for this, I'll do the reverse ombre. So I'll start with the pink bubble gum on the tip. Use the orange jelly by the cuticle. So the two colors kind of ran into each other. You don't really notice it, but so much. I'll put a little bit of the confetti kind of in the corner here. With a little bit of that red. Just randomly placing them. And I've been a diagonal pattern now. This one was the orange with the bubble gum on the tip. I like that one a lot. I'm gonna do another one since there was only 4 jellies. I'll do 2 of this one. So let's do this. Again, with the bubble gum. And then peach at the tip. So I do like this one a little bit more. It gives you more of a soft look, especially if you're going for a kind of an ombre. So there goes the opposite. So with the orange or peachy and the bubblegum, just opposite. So lastly, we have the yellow. Very nice. Then I have the yellow confetti. See that one's very pretty. And I want to pair this with kind of an orangey one. So for this, I'm going to do the full nail like we did with the first one. I do notice that some of them, they get connected together. So you have to be mindful in picking up that you're not picking up 5 or 6 of them that happen to be stuck together from the way they were packaged. Okay, so for this, and then we have this one is the yellow. So these are the jellies and some of the different confettis that came in the 12-piece kit Well, again, from Young Nails. I think they're okay. My opinion is that they are a little bit lighter than you would think. So again, if you are using these on someone that you're thinking, oh, this would be cool, this is for somebody that likes very muted designs. Because as you can see on all of them, even on top of with the glitter and confetti, you can still see the tacky underneath. That means that you would still see the person's natural nail plate. And if you did it in an ombre effect, it doesn't really have that strong of effect ombre as I expected it to, but still very nice. I think they do need some help. You do need to add some other stuff to them. They would be really nice in maybe a marbleized design when you can just slap a little bit of the yellow into it. It has potential, but would I use them flat? Probably not. I do like the confettis. Like I said, just be mindful that when you are picking up pieces, sometimes you'll get several that are stuck together, and you want to just be mindful of the pieces that you're picking up. Like this has 2 or 3 already attached to it, so you want to just be mindful of that when you're picking them up because they are bigger. But I do like that they're big enough that I can pick up a small one, pick up a big one, and I can place them exactly where I want to. So I have complete control, whereas other confettis, you're kind of just getting what you dip your brush into. Again, these are the jellies and the confetti by Young Nails. Let's move on to the Kiara Sky stuff. Okay, so for the Kiara Sky ones that I have purchased this glitter. So I purchased 3 glitters with them. So we have this one, that's that pink undertone. This one's a little bit more brighter with the blue and the pink. Looks like a party in a little pot. And then this one, gorgeous one. So what I'm going to do is I also purchased that Core Fresh French pink color. So this is one of my old ones. I'm going to use a little bit of this just to kind of give me more of a ombre effect with these glitters. I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit. I wanted a little bit more coverage than the Speed Bubble Gum. So now that all those are covered, I'm gonna go in. Let's start with this one. And some people use a little bit of clear and dab into. I find that sometimes it makes the nail bulky unnecessarily. So what I'll do is I'll go straight into this guy and just place it on. If my brush is wet, I can place it right on. Make sure you have it wet. And then I can just scatter it on as I want to, and it won't really move. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let it teeter off. Make it heavy on the tip and fade it out. I'll do the same with all of them. Give it that little glitter fade. So this one was very nice. You saw how easy it was to work with it. Just pick it up and it kind of all blended together. That was simple. These pieces are a little bit more, you can see they're more spikes, if that makes sense. So I'll place this one on. This one's pretty. So again, going heavy on the tip. And just lightly fading it down so it kind of has that fade. I like the shape of this one because you can see that some of the pieces are like rectangle, some are square, some are just a little rectangle square, some look like little sticks. You get little different bits and pieces, so that really shows, especially when I start teetering it off at the bottom. you can really see what it is. All right, and then for this one, I'm gonna go opposite. So I'll fade it from the bottom, wet the nail a little. And she's pretty. This one is working exactly like the pink one. So you have the mainly big pieces. You see it didn't take much to get full coverage. And then we can just fade it out. This one I'm going to drag it down just a little bit. I want it very heavy, let the cuticle, and fade it out. I'll fade it out a little bit more than the others. Okay, so then we have that third one, which you can see is very nice and soft. This is very nice. I think this is probably my favorite. I'm more simple. My clientele is a little bit more simple sometimes, so they would probably be a fan of this one and this one more so. But this is very pretty. This is very cute. Very, very cute. I might have to do something on my nails with this one. This is very cute. Like I said, it reminds me, it's like a party in confetti form, if that makes sense. But I do like all of them. So let me know in the comment box, what do you think? Which one is your favorite out of these jellies and out of these glitters? Which ones do you like best? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save these last two nails and do something else with them. Because remember, I also picked up some chrome from Kiara Sky. So I'm going to go ahead and cap all of these nails in clear. And then we'll see what we can come up with to design for both of these nails, using also the gel paints from Kiara Sky as well. All right, guys, so off camera, I filed a little bit of the edges to get the shape back, and I buffed them out a little bit. So now we left these two nails alone. What I want to do is use some of these chromes that I had gotten, if you don't remember. So I had purchased this hollow blue. This one was a hollow as well, like a purple. Another hollow in the green. And then I have a chrome in the purple. I wanted to add a little flair to these nails. And these two, I think I'm just gonna do them plain. So I'm gonna paint some top coat. Remember, chrome likes to stick to the top coat, not just gel polish, top coat. That's how you get that nice shiny chrome look. If you don't use top coat, it won't be super shiny, depending on the brand also that you use. Okay, and then I'm just gonna cure those in the light. I'm gonna flash cure that. Okay, so now that that's done, what I like to do is, if you've ever worked with chrome, you know it can be very messy. So I used these makeup wedges. I got these from Amazon. As you can see, I reused them because they come double-sided. You get like a pack of 10 or 12. They come in handy, and if you really wipe it off, or you're using the same chrome, you can reuse it for the same colors. You don't have to make them, or if you can wipe it off, you can reuse it as a different color. So I'm going to do a little bit of this blue. And the green. So I like to go in and just give it a nice rub. So these hollow ones aren't as shiny, I noticed, as the regular chrome ones. I'll put a little green on the tip kind of give it a ombre effect. That gives like a little, you don't really see the green too much, which is fine by me. Okay, what I like to do is I have like a little makeup brush that I use for dusting purposely. And I'll just dust off all of that. And I'll top coat it again. I have a different top coat that I use for chromes because it will tamper with the bottle if I dip it and the glitter gets in. So I'll use a different top coat. And I'm gonna go and cure that underneath the light for about 45 seconds. Okay, so now that that's done, what I want to do is play around with these gel paints that I also purchased from Kiara Sky. Just to do a couple lines. I have what, white, purple, blue, and black, and silver and gold as well. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of the, let's go with the gold. Let's see what these look like first and foremost. So this is a nice gold. It's not too yellowy. It's a true gold color. So I do like that. Sometimes gold could be a bit yellowy. We all seen that, and that is not what we want. Silver is silver. This one is a nice silver. Just to show you what the others look like. This is the black. And again, these are the new Kiara Sky gel paints that they came out with. So it has the brush attached as opposed to the other companies that just have them in a pot and then you have to use your own brushes on the side. That is the blue, white, and the purple. And I got these colors because these are the colors that I'm missing from the Young Nails gel paints that I have already. So let's go ahead with a little bit of the gold. And what I like to do, I just want to show you guys, I'm probably going to take it off, but let's just do a little bit of line work, if you can see that. So I do like it. It isn't as thin as using the liner brush, which I do prefer. I do prefer a liner brush. If you do wipe it off, you always want to make sure, anytime you're painting with paint, you always want to make sure you have everything off your brush. You want to get it as thin as possible. Just kind of flick it. And then we're going to dab. I don't need to dip my whole brush back in every time I want to paint. So we're going to pull it out, release most of it from your brush, and then you get it very thin to a point. And then I can just tap it. And I'll just lightly, all I'm going to do is just follow this line that I have going on with two of these. And then for this one, I'll kind of follow that line. So again, it's not as thin as using the brushes. Just kind of giving it a little bit more to the design. So I'm gonna flash cure those. Okay. So one more thing that I wanted to show you before we top coat is I have this regular chrome right here. So I just want to show you how you can create some type of lines using, let's say, the liner brush and using chrome. So what I'll do is I also purchased, that came in the studio kit, you also got some brushes. from Young Nails. You got several different sizes. So I'm gonna go with the smaller liner brush. And what I'll do is just put a little bit of top coat on a palette. And what I can do, you won't be able to really see this on camera because I'm painting with clear. So I'm just gonna create some lines, the same as I did on the other nails. And just some squiggly lines on these two. You don't want it heavy, you don't want it thick, but you do want to be able to just take note in where you're painting, because again, painting in clear is not always easy. So what I'll do now, you can't really see that, I know you can't, but it's clear. I have a couple little lines on this one and one line on this. So I'm going to cure that. Okay, once that's cured, I have a gold. This is 24 karat gold by Kiara Sky. This is the best gold that I have ever worked with. This is beautiful. So because I have it clear and because it is a matte background, nothing's on it, and it'll only adhere to the polish part. That's why we painted in clear. So I'm gonna go ahead with my clear. And I'm just gonna rub where I had those lines at. And you see it only shows up where we painted. Just make sure when you're doing this method that you have nothing on the underneath. It needs to be matte, sealed, because you're painting with the top coat. So if I had top coat on the whole nail, it's gonna adhere to the whole nail. I only want it on the part that I drew. So what you would do is just cleanse the nail plate with a little bit of swipe or alcohol or acetone, and then paint your clear on top. Go ahead and dust it off. And now I just have some chrome squiggly lines on those. So now we can go ahead and top coat everything. Okay, so there we have the final look. Let me know, which one do you like? What do you think of these designs? What do you think of the jelly? I have to say, I think this one might be one of my favorites, along with the peach. I love the pink with the purple, and I love the peach with a little hint of orange. The yellow is really pretty as well. And I like the little hints of glitter to kind of highlight where the glitter is cascading to. I also really love this one. And I have to say, I love the ombre effect created with the chrome colors. So that's it for the tutorial. Let me know in the comments below, did you purchase any of the Young Nails jelly acrylics? Have you worked with the press-on kit? What do you think of it? What kind of nails would you have done with the products that I had today? So leave all your questions, comments, let me know down below. And if you're wondering, my new shirt, I'm going to be featuring a line of t-shirts soon, so that you can go ahead and check those out. They'll be available for pre-order soon. The KeishaNails logo is on here, and we have some nice promiscuous sayings on the t-shirts for the ladies out there. So once again, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.